He's the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No, it's high Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
Fuck.
Her upset.
Are those crutches? You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 257. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I am your angry at baseball co-host, Alan Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Lester.
I'm your other co-host, Jim Bud Spade.
Since stumbling in from the 253 like a drunk on a 2-week bender, it is the unapologetic, the unretired, and definitely after the past weekend, the underperforming G Money.
He's back. We're all back. All of your favorites. With that poetic intro, like always, let's cheers to the first half of this week's show. There it is.
Water for the win.
Or you just taking a shot of Alan, just kick your ass.
This is a zombie snot. It's primarily
What?
sour apple liqueur and tequila.
Okay.
Tequila.
That sounds really unnecessary.
It's very apple, very sour apple.
Just drink the tequila.
Oh, it's October. Switch it up.
That's true.
All right, boys. We are saddled in for another great episode. The NFL was another treat this past weekend. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so we're just gonna hop right into things. We are gonna hit, I think, almost all of the primetime games from last week. But we are going to start off with the Thursday night game with the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Rams, where the Niners came out with the upset. 26-23 was the final score. G Money, we will start with you. Are the Rams better than we thought they were? Or not the Rams, sorry, the 49ers.
Maybe the Rams are better than we thought they are. They're just not. No, they're not better than we thought they are. But one thing I've learned, and this is going to dovetail into other games we talk about, is that this year, if you do not bring your A game, you will get beat. And there have, Madeline and I talked about this earlier in the week, that there have been more games so far this season than all of last season that were decided in the fourth quarter. More games were decided in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and more games that had a double-digit lead that lost the lead in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, are the Niners better than what we thought they were? For that game, yes. Better coaching. I was, each time Mac and Cheese Jones got slammed, I didn't think he was going to get back up. But I don't know what God they sacrificed babies to, but he got up and he kept on going. I'm just thinking that maybe we need to know that so our picks will go through. But no, they're not better than what we thought they are. They are who they are. It's just a bizarro world that we're in, that teams that probably shouldn't win because of injuries. And when you look at it, I mean, oh my God, but the Bourne identity, right then and there, 10 catches, 146 yards. Where the heck? That was a career year for him at one game. I mean, none of if anybody had him on a prop bet with that, salute to you, sir or madam, because you knew a lot more than any of us. You watched the game and you kept thinking at some point the Rams were going to take over. Defensively, offensively, they were going to do it, and they just didn't. If mentally, as a player, you don't go into a game ready to play, this is what's going to happen. And we saw that play out through other games last weekend, where if you're not ready mentally to play, if you think that you've got this is an easy game and you can just coast, you're walking out with an L. So no, the 49ers aren't better than what we thought they were. Okay. But on that day, on Sunday, they were better than what we thought they would be, because the Rams were not who they should have been.
That's one way of putting it. June.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to really look at, because I don't think the 49ers are better than what we thought. They're having a better start to the season than what I thought they would have. But those injuries will catch up to you. They always catch up to you. That's the way it goes. But it comes down to the San Francisco 49ers had a game plan, and they just outcoached the Rams coaching staff. That came down to pure coaching. That game was about coaching. And you would have thought it would have been the other way around, especially since the 49ers came in with Matt Jones. I mean, come on, bro. Matt Jones. I mean, it proves that, number one, San Francisco had a plug-and-play system quarterback. It proves that you can bring pretty much anybody in, and they can play quarterback in that system, especially with that defense. Fred Warner is playing out of his ever-loving mind. What is he, third in tackles right now? I think it's number one in tackles is the guy from Miami. And number two, I believe is, and I believe number two is like, I forgot who number two is, but I think Fred Warner, I know for a fact, is number three. But what I'm saying is they got the defense is playing great. And their defense is playing great. And as long as they don't make any mistakes, they can stay in pretty much every single game. But when it came down to it in this game, it was about coaching. And the 49ers coaches had the perfect game plan around Matt Jones to outcoach the Rams. That's what it came down to.
Go ahead, Malin.
I don't know if they're better. I'll tell you one thing. I don't give a shit. It's pissing me off. Keep expecting. All right, now they have too many injuries. They're going to lose a game. And it just doesn't happen. And it angers me. More than it probably should. It angers me that they're not losing some of these games. That these teams are going in there just expecting to beat the Niners, and then they lay an egg and they don't. Because are the Niners, I mean, their only loss is to Jacksonville, and we were laughing about that, but then Jacksonville, beats Kansas City, so then we're like, well, then who the hell is Jacksonville? I kind of feel like this NFL season, it's like we've had 5 individual seasons so far, 5 weeks, and different teams show up different every single week. There's only 2 things that are certain in the NFL right now. Is it Detroit's probably going to score 30 points a game? And if Baker Mayfield has a chance, he's going to come back and win a fourth quarter comeback. Those are the only two things that I can think of that are damn near an NFL certainty because they've happened 4 out of 5 times.
The Jets are going to lose.
The Jets are going to lose. And, Pickens is the true number one receiver of the Cowboys. Those are the certainties. Those are the things we can hang our hat on. That those are real. But you watch teams like the Cowboys. Like, to me, the Niners are like in the same boat with Baltimore and Kansas City and some of these other teams that Philly is one of those teams to where they're not playing the way that we think they should, yet some of them are racking up wins and other ones can't seem to close the deal. Somehow, some way, Philly and San Francisco have a 4-1 record, and Baltimore and Kansas City are struggling. So I don't know. I don't think they're as good as their record is, but when you're winning with that many backups, is that just me being a hater because I'm a fan of the Seahawks? I don't know. But I don't really care if they are or not. And kiss my ass. The team plane can crash on its way to Tampa this weekend, and I'll pop party streamers. I don't give a shit. So better or not, I don't know. Fuck 'em.
That's honest. Nestor.
Jesus.
I don't know. I've never really thought of the Niners as less than, just because I think we've just put too much weight on the injury bug, which is a lot to say. I know, but I think they. What?
It's like a Stranger Things bug. That's a big bug they got going around that facility. It's biting the shit out of people.
It is like G Money said, to have Kendrick Bourne go off the way he did, and Mac Jones, like 67% completion, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, like it was nothing. That it was wild to me. But the Niners just went in there and just did not make. They knew they couldn't make a lot of mistakes, and I feel like the Rams made the mistakes, and they were just able to capitalize. Like June said, coaching was great from the Niners side. And yeah, it's another weird game for the Rams. This happened last week. Like blocked field goals or extra points, and just a weird game. Fred Warner did his thing. That defense did their thing. So I think the Niners are a very complete team. And I think even with injuries, they're good enough where they're going to beat you if you make mistakes. Yeah.
I first have to say that the system that Kyle Shanahan has implemented in San Francisco was on full display on Thursday, because we as in the Patriots had Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne the year before last, the last year that Mac Jones was in it, and it never looked like that. Never looked anything like that. Kendrick Bourne caught like 6 passes for the entire year or something ridiculous. So clear, like where you end up, it was on full display. Like that matters so much in today's NFL. And today's NFL, it kind of feels like an NBA season in a way, where the parity is just all over the place. And we're like, you don't know what you're going to get on any given Sunday. Like, who's going to show up? But I like it because it makes every Sunday just so entertaining. And in this case, a Thursday.
It's fantastic when you lose so much money on betting. It's just
yeah, I was going to say, I don't particularly appreciate the fact that I'm losing money almost every weekend. That's not fun.
I am enjoying it because, I mean, we'll get into it, but watching the Eagles lose, watching my team win, it's just like when everything falls right, it's amazing.
It didn't fall right for me.
Me neither.
This was a great Thursday night game. I know the NFL's got to be loving this. They've had almost all the Thursday night games this season have just been very good. So, yeah, kudos to the 49ers. I do think that they are a little better than we thought. Maybe not substantially better. But like you guys have been saying, it's kind of like an any given Sunday type of deal. So I'll give San Francisco a little bit of credit for being better than I thought they would be. All right. Now let's move on to the next game here, which was the Broncos and the Eagles. Final score was 21-17. Broncos pulling off the upset. Happy days. G Money, how come Philly fell apart in the second half of this game?
They didn't run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. It's not hard. You know, listen, A.J. Brown wants to bitch and complain about not getting catches. Remind him that he went to the Super Bowl and won behind Saquon Barkley rushing for almost 2,000 yards. Remind him of that. And if he doesn't like it, trade his fucking ass. You know what? You want to whine and cry? You had your catches. Did you win? No. Run the goddamn ball. There we go. That's why they lost.
Send him to the Browns.
Send them all to the Browns. June, go ahead, sir.
I mean, G Money said it. I said the same thing. I went back and watched the highlights of the game, and I just saw it. I was like, they didn't run the ball. That's why I posted Saquon stats in the chat. I wanted, to show that they're not running the football at all. They just gave up. Somewhere, I mean, Kellen Moore isn't there, and we knew that there's going to be a learning curve with a new coach. To run the football and to be the same as they were last year. But when you take over for somebody else, you don't want to. This is your thing. You want to put your own mark as an OC, right? You want your own mark to be as an OC. But this new OC has to understand that you still have Saquon Barkley back there. And you're paying him a lot of money. And they brought him in for one purpose and one purpose only. And that's not to catch little flares out the backfield. It's to run the damn ball in the fourth quarter when it's time to run out the damn clock so you don't have a team come back on you and win the game. When have we seen the Eagles give up this many points in the second half of a football game? And there's something wrong with the Eagles defense too. I've already said that the secondary is trash. We know their secondary is trash. But the Eagles, if they don't start running the ball with Saquon Barkley, not only are you going to have A.J. Brown complaining, Saquon, who's probably one of the nicest guys in the world, may start saying, hey, what's going on? You brought me in here for a purpose, and I don't feel like I'm fulfilling this purpose anymore. So chirping could get louder from multiple players because I don't know if this offensive coordinator is the one for this team now.
Go ahead, Malin.
Two things real quick before I comment on the game. Did anyone else catch when June was talking, when he said they're not running the ball? He said, we're not running the ball. Did you guys hear the Cowboys fan say we're not running the ball? Okay, first of all, that's the first thing. Second, I don't know. I've been on this show for over 2 years, June, and I'm not sure I've ever heard you say a good thing about any secondary in the league. I think that you call every secondary. I don't know what a good secondary is to you. You probably thought that the Legion of Boom secondary was trash, as far as I know. No, man. Okay, if you're gonna tell me Broncos Eagles game is gonna end 21-17, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm glad that I didn't watch it because that sounds like a miserable fucking football game. But the fact that Onyx hadn't done anything the whole game, and up until 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the game, Philly was up 17-3. Why that? Because at 4 minutes and 27 seconds, that's when all of a sudden Denver's offense came alive. People like Frankenstein. See, that's that October stuff. You can do stuff like that instead of having to drink gross shit, Jalen. And then a minute later, they score another touchdown, and you're like, what the hell? And then I was just, I don't know. The whole fourth quarter was just hilarious to me. You had so many defenders on Philly just put their hands on their hips. You ever see it where a defense just things are happening and everyone just has their hands on the hip? That trash secondary that June was talking about, hands on the hip, just looking at each other like a mom about to scold somebody for eating too many cookies. Like they just don't know what's happening. That was like when you're watching the highlights. That's all I saw. Just hands on the hips, just confused and angry, and they want to beat somebody with a broom. But the Eagles have been skating this way like the whole year. I mean, they only beat Dallas by what, 4 points. They barely beat the Rams. That was a shit show of an end of a fucking game if I've ever seen it. I know that G-Money's gonna smile every time we bring that game up. Like he damn near lost to they beat the Bucks, right? They beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat the Bucks, but they damn near lost to the Bucks. Like they've been skating this direction for a while where they let teams stay in it. And so you let teams stay in it week after week. Something like this is gonna happen. So I just go back to the whole it's just gonna be a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde season. We don't know which team we're going to get from any Sunday, so I don't even know why we're going to continue to do the Ride or Die in 5 because it doesn't fucking matter. But glad I didn't.
Go ahead, Nestor.
I think it's a problem of that O line being a little banged up and not working the way it should. They obviously haven't gotten Saquon Barkley going in that running game. Eventually, I feel like it's gonna get going. I I knew it was either gonna be the Bucks game or this game, their first loss. Only reason I thought it was gonna be Denver was because of how the Bucks were playing against really mediocre teams and kind of on the fence, or it was close games. Eventually, yeah, the Bucks took off now, but yeah, I think the media might fall into a trap of trying to get on Philly and doing a little power rankings and dropping them down. This is a team that's very complete, and we've seen it with the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs lose one game when they're very dominant, and now like, everybody wants to talk about how the Chiefs are gonna be bad, how they're just they're not the same as last year, and all of a sudden what happens? They won the Super Bowl. I'm not saying Philly will have the same success the Chiefs will, but I'm just saying it's one bad loss. Yeah, they've been inconsistent. Like you could have seen it coming. I think they'll be fine.
Well, let me say this. Saw this game at a bar in Brooklyn, and we were not going to stay there, but we decided, you know what? Let's just chill out at the same bar and just watch the rest of the 1:00 games here. A lot of Philly fans in this for a bar in Brooklyn. A lot of Philly fans, and they were all the first half clapping and hooting and hollering, and it was all high fives all around. Second half, tale of two different halves. It was a lot of yelling, derogatory. It was not high fives anymore. It was what the hell is this? What the hell is happening? And yeah, they just stopped running the ball up. And this was such a case of I don't know what part of the coaching staff, but listening to too much of the internet and media people with the AJ Brown comments and them deciding we're just going to force the ball to AJ. And that is not the recipe for success with Philly. We've seen that before. And I don't understand why they can't seem to get the offense balanced outside of, I know it sounds odd saying that, seeing that they just won a Super Bowl. Like, this is the first time they lost a game in damn near a year. But within that year, still, there has been points where their offense is so lopsided to one way or another, and it's like head scratching. So I don't understand why they can never get it close to somewhere in the middle. But it was very apparent that they were just trying to force the ball to A.J. Brown. And apparently within the past couple of days, him, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley had some almost 2-hour-long meeting about working out the kinks. And I don't know about you guys, but anytime you need to have a 2-hour meeting with anybody, it ain't going too well. You're not walking out of that meeting sounding, feeling better about the situation. So
AJ
reminds me.
Go ahead, Jude.
No, I'm saying, so that conversation, it reminds me of, remember they had same thing in Philly, Donovan McNabb, Terrell Owens, and they had about a 2-hour meeting, and a couple other players on that team had about a 2-hour meeting too. It's the same. It sounds the same way, that there's some dissension in the ranks somewhere in Philly, and I bet they're talking about the offensive coordinator, because it's not, that offense is anemic. And like I said, I put that in the chat so you guys could see. He does not have, his closest game to 100 was 88 yards. That was the second game of the season. Saquon.
And who was their OC last year?
Kellen Moore.
Oh, I bet he's looking a little bit better than what you thought he was, isn't he now, June?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A little bit more important, not as bad of a player as a coach. Now,
Hell, I could
you got to use that offense.
If I was an offensive coordinator, I could coach damn Saquon and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert too. Shit. I could draw plays in the dirt on the sideline.
Dude, try not to say too many words without taking a breath, man. I don't want to lose you like mid-sentence. Got to get out all them names. That was a lot of them, though. It is talented. They are probably the most talented roster.
Yes, without
they
a
probably
doubt.
are the most.
That
They're
is
just missing the pieces.
I don't think you can be this. I still, to this day, I think they're poorly managed, and I think that's the only reason that they've been able to win a title. It's because they're just that talented. Where it's like, even if you don't have the X's and O's down pat, they're just that good that they can win anyway. And even Saquon, like after the game, was saying, "Yeah, Hurts changed the play at least once." Like, or not Saquon. It was Devontae Smith. I think his touchdown pass, the last touchdown they scored, he was like, "Yeah, that was his play." He was like, "We're gonna do this instead." So I think we've all known something's up. It's just a matter of, are they gonna nip it in the bud now, or is it something that we're gonna continue to see roll downhill? But
that'll be good for television.
I pray it's the latter. All right, let's get into the next game. Sunday night game. Patriots and the Bills, 23-20 was the final score. G Money, we will start with you. Did the Bills just play a bad game, or are the Patriots legit?
The Bills did play a bad game. They came out flat, and they didn't pick it up. And give the Patriots credit. They played well. They probably played better than most people thought they would. Those that aren't Patriots fans, anyway. I mean, but no, seriously. They played well, but Buffalo was flat and never got into a groove, got into a rhythm. So are the Patriots legit? They're a good team. Now, not a great team. And I think I had them 11-5 or 10-6 or 10-7 for their. I think I had them coming in second in the AFC East and making the playoffs. I still think that. I think they've got good coaching. They've got a good OC, unlike last year where they had a rookie coach and really no OC. So I think that the Patriots are the second best. Well, I know they're their second best team in the AFC East, and they are probably the fifth or sixth best team in the AFC right now. Legit, okay, kind of. I mean, they're not unless something drastic happens with Buffalo. They're not going to win the AFC East. Buffalo will do that. I think Buffalo will look at the game film and realize just how flat they were. I mean, I think, as I said earlier, they came out with the expectation of winning the game without having to put in the effort. And so you come out with the expectation, we're going to win this game. This is an easy game. You don't put in the effort. And then, it kind of creeps up on you third, fourth quarter. You start looking at the scoreboard and you start going, how? How is this possible? It's possible because you don't put in the effort. And the Patriots were like, we can do this. We can beat this team. We are good enough. We can do it. And that's what happened. So Bills had a flat game, didn't play well, at least not up to how they should have played. And the Patriots played really well. And if they continue playing that well, they'll have a lot more wins.
June, go ahead.
I think it's a combination of both. I think I picked the Patriots to at least win 10 games this season, and come in second in the and make the playoffs and come in second in the AFC East. And Buffalo, great atmosphere. But let me tell you, if you haven't learned from Penn State, whiteout games does not get you victories. Nobody's intimidated by that. Stop it. Stop doing that shit. It's not in college. Stop. Okay. You gotta stop it. But no, I think that Drake May found a groove. I mean, he looked comfortable back there. And I think him and Stephon Diggs got together, and Stephon say, I know this defense. I will find a hole. I'm going to sit down, see the ball. I know, just watch me. And I think those two worked well this week and said, okay, we're going to work together, and I think we can beat this team. And they did. And it was beautiful because I expected James Cook, not lie. I expected that dude to cook, no pun intended. You know what I mean? But the Patriots had a game plan for him too, because that guy's been playing. He's been balling. I mean, at the beginning of the broadcast, I don't know if you saw, but they was talking about him and his season. And they got this dude mentioning MVP talks too. On the outside looking in the MVP. But the Patriots squashed that. The Patriots defense squashed that. Hey, shout out to the Patriots coaches. Shout out to everybody on that Patriots staff for having the game plan and sticking to it.
Go ahead, Malin.
I'll tell you this. If Stephon Diggs cared more about winning the Super Bowl than he did beating the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night, then the Bills probably would have won a Super Bowl by now. That man was so hyped up. The passion that he played with, like you could just tell how badly he wanted to stick it to the Bills. And if I had ever seen that type of emotion out of him in Buffalo, they might have won a Super Bowl. The weird thing is he showed that type of emotion in Minnesota. He never really showed that type of emotion in Buffalo. I don't know. It's just weird. I do agree that Buffalo didn't necessarily play a good game, but I kind of feel like New England was the reason why they didn't play a good game versus the Bills just getting in their own way. I kind of felt like New England controlled the tempo of the game more than Buffalo did. I don't think it was just Buffalo just shooting themselves in the foot. MVP of the game was the fan that caught Josh Allen's pass in the stand and then tucked it under his shirt and ran up the stadium. Uh, that was the MVP of the game. And G Money and I got a funny story about footballs where I caught a football in a Washington Husky Stanford game, and we're walking up the tunnel out to the stands. The ball flies into the tunnel, and I caught it and didn't even lose my beer. But then the staffer came up and took the ball from me later. So that sucked. Yeah.
Did he give you a head at
Yeah.
least?
So that kind of stunk. And then later on in the game, there was a bunch of frat boys that caught a football and they tried to run away, but they caught him. And they had to give the ball back too. So he probably didn't make it out of the ball. And keep in point now, they do have those balls microchipped. I'm pretty sure they know where it is at any given time now. Because they're using them for like the yardage. But besides the point. No, when I look at the Patriots, I think they're legit because they're a contender right now. They're at least one of the 7 best teams in the AFC right now. 2 teams that I still have question marks about right now are Denver and Jacksonville. In the AFC, Jacksonville really is that defense really why they're 4-1 because Lawrence is not playing well at all. We'll see on Sunday, won't we, Gary? That's gonna be fun. But then and then Denver just hasn't played consistent. They're 3-2. But when you're looking at the NFL, anyone that's 3-2 or better, I could see them being a contender in the playoffs right now because this is the first time since 2014 we don't even have an undefeated team in the NFL right now. Like you said, there's so much parity. So could New England get hot? Could we see a defense like Vrabel put together in Tennessee where they ended up going 13-3 with King Henry, but maybe they end up, like 11-6 with a Drake May and Stephon Diggs, and they got to get that running game going though. That running game is not for New England right now. They need to get better at that. And as far as Buffalo is concerned, Josh Allen needs to stop being your leading rusher in games. I think that's the second or third game where he's been the leading rusher. James Cook is getting touchdowns, so he's getting a lot of fantasy points. But Allen's running the ball too much for the first 5 weeks of the season. They got to calm that down. But yeah, I think New England's playing good ball, and I think we all projected that, didn't we? I think we all had them at 8, 9, 10 wins. I think we did. We were all expecting an uptick. So yeah, I would say they're legit.
Go ahead, Nestor.
The first bit with New England, legit is to me a strong word, but it is probably going to be their next season because they've been doing everything right, rebuilding that team, and they're teaching other teams exactly what you're supposed to do, how to really improve your team. Like the Dolphins and the Bengals should really pay attention to what the fucking Patriots are doing. As far as the Bills having a bad game, I really do not like the way this team plays. I say it every year. Before they would bend over for the Chiefs every damn season. Their coaching is soft. They're a soft ass team. Before they had a diva on their team, now the diva's gone, and now he's not a diva anymore. And you have one guy busting his ass on that team. The rest is just, yeah, here and there, but the coaching is too soft. I cannot stand this man, McDermott, whatever the hell his name is. He's the reason why James Cook did not perform as well as he could, because he could have gotten a little bit more of that running game. But they're soft.
He didn't need all that now. So the running game didn't need to go.
I feel like they should. I feel like I would have gotten 10 points. I'm just kidding. No, but I really do not like that fucking coaching. I say it every year. I just can't. They're just soft. They don't play with intensity. The coach, at least from the coach's perspective, I don't like it. But give New England credit. Like Drake May he went 14 of 15 for 188 yards in the second half. That kid played out of his mind, and I think there was no question that he was going to be that guy for the Patriots. Kayshawn and Diggs went off. Their corners, Jalen, that defense is starting to look really damn good. That secondary, the way they stopped the running game, there's a lot, you know, to get excited about for you and the other Patriots fans. So yeah.
Yeah, can I say one thing for you, though, real quick? I
Yes,
do
sir.
believe, wrong on this, might be the only one that thinks this. I think that Mac Jones could be doing what Drake May is doing in New England right now had they kept him. I think he got hosed with the coaching staff his second, third, whatever year before they got rid of him. I mean, hell, you had a defensive coordinator, special teams guy being his offensive coordinator one year. He needed to leave. I know that. But I don't think that Drake May is like so much of a better quarterback than Jones. I'm trying to make you feel better for buying his jerseys, is what I'm saying. Like, I think that Jones could have had a decent career if the coaching staff had been better. Because, like you said, it's where you end up. And he just ended up in New England at the worst possible time.
I mean, I do think that Mac Jones would have been better with this coaching staff, definitely. But I still think that Drake May's ceiling is higher than Mac Jones. Like, the game that he played on Sunday night was very good. I think that was his best game as a Patriot so far. But I still think that there's more there. That one play he had on the drive that basically iced the game, where he was falling down and got the ball to Diggs, that was just miraculous. And then Diggs taking it and picking up, I think, 14 yards on the play when it looked like it was going to be a loss was incredible. But yeah, Junior, I think you said it best. They clearly talked about that before the game, and Diggs probably sat him down and was like, just get me the ball. I'm going to be here, there, and there. Just get me the ball. Because
that's what it looked like. I swear to God.
Diggs had 146 yards on 10 catches.
10 catches, 12 targets.
I mean, he was out of his mind, and he clearly has a vendetta on the Buffalo Bills, and feels like
for absolutely no reason.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing, right?
Listen, you can keep
we
it for
don't
all
know
I
what happened
care.
behind closed doors. We don't know what happened behind closed doors.
At one point, Diggs got a first down late in the game, and he started crawling on the ground like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. Like, he was going towards Margot Robbie. Like, you guys, like, you know what scene
Okay. Let's move on to the next. Move on to the next.
I was like, what's that man doing on the field? Like, what the heck is going on? He had so many emotions
He
going
was
on in that
juiced up.
game. It was
Folks, I just want to let you know this is an 18 and over show. So please.
If you haven't gathered that by now, you've got to be deaf.
I don't want to know what you were doing under 18 June.
Besides
time, sir.
Besides Nestor just completely roasting Sean McDermott alive, I completely agree with just about everything you guys have said.
Hey, when that game started, Jalen, Nestor had a 67% chance of beating me in fantasy football. I think he only needed 30 points, 28 points, and he had Cook, Patriots kicker, and who was the other person?
It was the Bills kicker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Bills kicker. You had Cook, and then you had you had Henry from the Patriots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you had Henry from the Patriots. And by the second half, the start of the second half, it was like, nah, Malin's got like an 85% chance of winning this. Like, it flipped so much in one
I just
half.
needed 10 points from Cook. 10
And then
points.
by the fourth quarter, it was 99%. So I felt it was great play calling by McDermott. I thought it was awesome.
I bet.
Perfect game. All right, last game on the recap, the Monday night game. This one was a doozy. 31-28 was the final score in favor of the
Hey, you just
Jags.
passed up the Bucks and Seahawks. That's messed up, man.
Oh, my bad.
I'll
Sorry.
watch the game anyway, so we can go to.
I was
Yeah,
going
I don't
over
want to talk about
primetime
that game.
games.
I'm really not wanting to talk
No,
about that game.
no. The Bucks. Excuse my mistake. The Bucks and the Seahawks. 38-35 was the final score in a barn burner. G Money, let's start with you. Are the Bucks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers now, let's not get twisted, are they the best team in the NFC?
No. No, they are not.
Jude's face.
They've taken advantage. Obviously, they've taken advantage of mistakes that were made in the fourth quarter on several teams. But they are not the best team in the NFC. They're not. I'm going to give them a ton of credit, though. Baker Mayfield is playing exceptionally well. He's playing at an MVP level. Whether that continues or not, it will be seen. And the fact that they too are playing with a number of injuries and are still able to win speaks highly of the team and of the coaching staff. Yeah, you know, when the Seattle defense doesn't show up, and it did not show up, there's only 2 drives that the Seattle defense showed up.
I still don't know where they are.
Yeah, my understanding is they're at the Canadian border that U.S. Customs will not let them through because there could be someone on there that's not an American citizen. And since someone might not be an American citizen, none of them are coming through. Anyway, I look at it and it's still so. Tampa gave up 345 yards and 4 touchdowns to Sam Darnold. You know, you give up that many yards, you can't be considered a great team. You can be a good team, but there are issues. But you have issues on defense as well. And if it weren't for, and I love Sam Darnold's after game interview where he said he was trying to throw the ball away. Bullshit. You were trying to throw it to freaking receiver that was coming across the middle, and you got hit. The ball bounced off a fucking Buccaneer helmet and got intercepted. Because if you'd actually been trying to throw it away, you would have fucking heaved that ball out of bounds somewhere. So no. And give the Bucs credit. They took advantage of that. They kicked the winning field goal. And that's sports, right? It's kind of, you take advantage of situations when they appear. And in that case, a turnover with less than a minute left in the game, take the ball, run the clock down, kick the field goal, walk out. But no. They're right now they're the best team in the NFC South. They're not the best team in the NFC. And we'll see how their season progresses. I do like that rookie wide receiver, though. That kid is good. And he makes up for missing Mike Evans. And it could well be that this could, if this is Mike Evans' last season, that he steps right into that slot. No problems. But no.
Go ahead, June.
They were lucky.
Yeah, I don't. What happened?
We can still hear you.
Esther? Oh, okay. So I don't think Detroit is the most complete team in the NFC. So I think they're right at number NFC. I think you can go back and forth with them and a couple of teams. We got to see how they do. And they still,
Is
they set the,
June's audio dropping out for you guys?
so they got a couple of.
June
It is cutting in and out, cutting in and out.
Sounds like a drunk chicken.
Yeah, I just want to say. Okay, let me go out and come back
Okay.
in. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Leave and come back.
I can hear you. Okay, leave him come back. I'll go real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
And I don't know why we got to reopen wounds, but let's go ahead and do it. No, I don't think you can beat this team in the NFC when you have to rely on a Baker Mayfield fourth quarter comeback with like less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game to win all your game. I don't think you can be like their only loss. I don't even think we can consider that like a good loss for a great team because we've all been shitting on the Eagles for the entirety of the season, talking about how the Eagles aren't that consistent. So the fact that they lost to the Eagles doesn't really say much to me. Is like, oh well, at least they lost to a better team. They're taking it. I mean, they're not blowing anybody out. And if you don't have that convincing statement, we're just putting a foot down on you and we're beating you. If you don't have that after 5 weeks, you're not the best team in the league. The Lions, after week 1, they've won 4 in a row. They're averaging, I think, 36, 37 points a game. They're convincingly beating people. It's not really close by the time it gets into the fourth quarter very often. Is that going to continue? I don't know, because like I said, the NFL is different every single fucking week at this point. Lions and I'll talk about this later in the name, but the Lions can do something, that they shouldn't do against the Chiefs, and we'll all be scratching our head after that one like we all got fucking dandruff. So I do think the Bucs are good. I think their offense is legitimate. I think that when they get Irving back and their run game is better, that is a very strong offense. Otten's a good tight end. You got Godwin back. You'll get Evans back. Evans is not going to get 1,000 yards receiving this year after missing 5 or 6 weeks and Igbuka being who he is now. It's just not going to happen. And I know we really wanted that record. And the worst thing that the Bucs could do is try to force him the ball to get him that record in like 10 games or so. But Igbuka is the real deal. I mean, you want to talk about Ohio State. Like LSU and Ohio State, man, I don't know what they feed their wide receivers. But I mean, damn, like you give it another year in the league, and you might, if Igbuka and JSN stay on the track that they're on, you might have a legitimate argument about which tandem's better, JSN or Igbuka or Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. They need more time in the NFL. But Ohio State and LSU, man, they just do something different with wide receivers, and I don't understand. Marvin Harrison's learning how to catch passes, so maybe he can show him. But yeah, I think they're really good, but I don't think they're the best. They're probably the second best, but they're like them cardiac kids, man. Like every game they win is in the last minute. And they haven't beaten. I mean, I think that I don't have all their games in front of me, but I think the Seahawks have to be the best team that they did beat. And everyone was talking about, oh, the Bucs are banged up because they don't have Evans and they don't have Irving. I'm like, bitch, we didn't have DeMarcus Lawrence, our starting safety in Love, or our best defensive back in Witherspoon. Like we have injuries too. So Baker Mayfield exploited the shit out of that. I mean, I don't even think Ibuka was touched the whole game, to be honest with you. I think he just ran around there like a fucking fairy. But yeah, fuck that team. No, they're not the best. Pieces of shit.
June, we're gonna go back to you here.
Hear me now. Does it sound?
You sound quiet, but clear.
Is it quiet? How's that?
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying
Okay,
I don't
there
think
we
they're the best team. I think I still think that
Son of a bitch.
it's the best team in the NFC.
You might got to go to your phone,
What?
buddy. Have to go to your phone.
Bet.
You got that
Yeah,
Back to the Future Mad Max thing going on.
I don't know what's going on.
Neither
What?
do we.
What's that shit?
That is okay. We back at the break then.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see in a minute. June.
Nestor, go
Yeah.
ahead. June's gonna fix his McDonald's connection.
Just dial up.
I'll be sure that was like one of the best games, probably the best game I've seen so far. And I saw Baker Mayfield talking shit to a fan. I don't know if you guys saw that. A fan that was did you see
Yeah,
guys
the
see
fan
that?
had a sign that said the Bucks are stuck with Mayfield. And I don't know why I would say that because Mayfield's been playing like one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I don't think they're upset about being stuck with him.
Like don't give the dude more field than he
Yeah.
needs. But yeah, I think Ibuka's the future for that team, and that's crazy. How quickly he's transformed into that. And JSN, man, is watching those two make those plays is crazy. Yeah, I don't think the defense really showed up for the Seahawks. And it feels like every time I talk good about that defense and how talented they are, they just don't come through sometimes. So I'm gonna stop doing that, man. Because I really do like that defense, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, I think the way they play, they could get surprised by a team like the Rams, for example. They could easily stumble with those with a good team. I think the Lions are better. I think there's one or two teams in the NFC that could beat them if they continue to play games right to the wire. So, yeah.
Yeah, I also don't think that the Bucks are the best team in the NFC because, like Malin, you were saying, I mean, they did just lose to Philly prior to this. So I can't give them that. And to be honest, I think if they were to play again, hell, even just next week, I still think Philly would beat them. I think in order for them to overtake the Eagles, Philly needs to kind of descend a bit into whatever they might be, slippery slope they might be going down.
I felt like that was somewhat disrespectful to my Seahawks, but that's okay.
There's no offense.
Yeah. Offense taken. And as much as we spoke well about your Patriots, that's okay. It's all right.
All we've done is shit on Philly, and he's like, "No, man, Philly's the best team y'all play."
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyway, yeah, Igbuka had a hell of a game. Oh my goodness! I don't know how they lucked out by going from basically Mike Evans to him. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And then on the other side, like JSN had a hell of a game as well, and it was those two like quarterback and wide receiver duos where it was just fireworks. And it's kind of funny where it's like, again, two quarterbacks that pretty much everybody counted out for a while there. Here they are in two completely different systems, and now they look like fucking MVP candidates. Like, it's unbelievable how things can change depending on where you go. But yeah, great game. I don't think Tampa is the class of the NFC now, but I think they are without a doubt top 3 in the NFC. So
The real losers are the Carolina Panthers.
Oh
You
yeah.
had both jokers on your roster.
Oh yeah.
While you had CMC,
oh my goodness.
and you couldn't figure that shit out. That's, if people want to say coaching doesn't matter and talent is just going to prevail.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Now to the last game here. The Jags and Chiefs game. This was a wild one. G Money, we will start with you here. Are the Jags a contender to come out of the AFC?
No. No. You know, someone has to explain how Tammy Lawrence laying on the ground
Me.
can't be fucking.
Took me a second,
What
but
the
shit.
fuck? What the fuck?
Like, where is
Can
it going
we
with
not
this?
just jump on top of her? Just freaking gets up. She stumbles, goes, oh, what?
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Can we not do that?
Like rape. That's what that sounds like.
No penetration, but goddamn fall on top of her. I just,
Wow.
what was it like? It seemed like an eternity, but it's probably like how some people last, like 3 or 4 seconds.
Shit.
And I know that laying on the ground, waiting for someone to jump on top, just waiting for that to happen. And it didn't. Disappointed, she got up, stumbled,
And ran off.
and scored a touchdown. I'm like, looking around going like, really? Yeah. Nobody? No one? No, they're not. That was a game they shouldn't have won. They did, just because of, once again, as I said earlier in the show, fucking bizarro world where day becomes night, cats and dogs are sleeping together, men become women. I don't know. It's just crazy that the last 2 minutes of a game, shit like that happens, and you're left going, why? Why? I mean, but no, they're not. Kansas City should have won that game. They didn't. That's their fault. I just don't see them. And let's be honest, actually, Indianapolis is going to stomp the shit out of them. That's what's going to happen. Fucking, they're going to go up to the Temple of Doom and play Indiana Jones, and he's going to show Tammy a few things. Seattle, when they go down there, is going to show Tammy a few things, something she probably didn't know.
I really thought Tammy was like the name of his mom or something, but June, we're seeing you in 4K now. Look at you.
Yeah, what's that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Why are you using that camera all the time, man?
It's my phone's camera, and it's so small. I'm trying to look and see you guys.
Don't worry about us.
Look at you.
We're here.
That's why you got glasses, June. There we go.
All right.
We can see a little bit of that pepper in the beard. Couldn't see that before.
June put those glasses on. He's looking studious and everything.
Okay.
Got ready to lay some knowledge on us.
Mr.
We were just
Spade.
talking about Tammy.
All right. Is everybody
Go ahead. June.
We all know.
okay? So with the game, we're talking about the. It's just the
Monday night.
This is the Monday night game. Okay. So, crap. I lost my spot. Oh. So this was the Kansas City, the Jaguars game.
Yeah.
The question is, I think that the Jaguars are going to be very good in the AFC, but I think the bigger question to ask is, are we watching the fall of a dynasty? Or is that, because trust me, they got out to a 14-0 lead. Please tell me the last time you've seen a Kansas City-led team lose a 14-point lead. Not since the Alex Smith days has stuff like that happened. where they just give up the lead like that. And I was sitting there like, oh, I said, it's a 14-point lead. I said, but you know what? There's something weird going on with this game. Let me continue to watch. And guess what? The Jaguars made the comeback. That 99-yard touchdown. I mean, when have we seen Patrick Mahomes not be able to read a defense on the goal line like that? And then throw an interception and it turned into a pick six. And also the amount of moxie that the yellow haired guy did with when he fell down. What the hell? When he fell down, got back up, and then scored a touchdown. What the hell were the Kansas City defense doing at this point? So there's something wrong with Kansas City. I think the Jaguars will be there in the AFC, in the playoffs. But I'm looking at Kansas City and I'm like, we can't keep making these same excuses for them that they're just going to turn it on. They just going to turn. I don't think so. I think this time it's not going to happen.
Malin.
First of all, I like G Money's rendition of Tammy Lawrence falling back in June. I mean, the crazy thing is that Sunshine fell down and no one fell on top of him. He tried to get back up, fell down again, and then he got up and ran for the touchdown. That's what was really wild. I was like, the man laid there for what felt like an eternity. But that was funny. But what really upset me about that KC game is, I don't know, did you guys see the video where they single out Chris Jones in his lack of just anything in that game? He stood up and was walking the whole time. Didn't they just sign that man to like $159 million deal? And he's walking, just assuming that one of his teammates is going to get to Lawrence. If he had any type of hustle on that play, he probably stops Lawrence before he gets into the end. Any type of hustle. But he was just walking, and then he did what he did what Philly did, just hands on the hips once he scored, looking at everybody like, who the hell let that happen? Who let that man score a touchdown? That's ridiculous. But the Jaguars, okay, where the Jaguars are living and dying right now is with turnovers. They have 4 turnovers and 10 interceptions through 5 games. The defense is giving up like 358 yards a game. You're gonna move the ball on them. It'll be interesting to see what Seattle does against that defense on Sunday, because they're in the back half as far as a defense is concerned, as far as like giving up yards. But they have forced 14 turnovers in 5 games. That's insane. 10 interceptions in 5 games. You're averaging at least 2 picks a game every single game. They're getting short fields, and that's how they're scoring points. Trevor Lawrence he's not wowing people. He's like low to mid 60s completion percentage, barely 1,000 yards. He has 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. ETN, we all know he's not going to stay that healthy. I think that Jacksonville is like the Bucks, to where they've caught lightning in a bottle on certain games and taken advantage of things for different reasons. With the Bucks, it's fourth quarter comebacks. With the Jaguars, it's getting turnovers. And is that going to last? I don't know, but they're not. They're 4-1, but I don't think they're as good as their record shows. I think if you rack up 4 wins this early in the year, you do have a good shot at making the playoffs. But I'll be interested to see what Seattle's offense can do, because Seattle's offense doesn't turn the ball over very much at all. And so we'll see what what Seattle's offense can do on them, but they're playing good defense as far as forcing teams into mistakes. But other than that, I mean, where else are they really playing great except the turnover category? Like nothing really. Nothing really jumps out. So I mean, I'll say good team, not great team. I hope my Seahawks smash the shit out of them. And when G Money was talking there and he said that someone was gonna smash the shit out of him, I thought he was gonna say the Seahawks, but then he said Indianapolis, and I was like, just gonna bypass what could possibly happen with the Seahawks on Sunday.
See,
But
I
as
wasn't,
far as
I
being a
wasn't the only person
contender,
to do that.
but to come out as a contender out of the AFC, I think that's a little bit of a stretch right now. If they end up like 8-2, yeah. But they need turnovers to do what they're doing right now, and those are not guaranteed.
Nestor, are you gonna buy this Jaguar stock while it's down cheap right now? Because it doesn't seem like anybody else is on this show.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying it. I feel like
Okay.
it seems like they're gonna do well this season, but eventually, just like a few seasons ago, they eventually will crumble. If they do make the playoffs. Playing great defense. The Chiefs are not that team anymore, where they can they play really good football, and they just I think there was like a stat where it was like one score games they won like 11-0 or something crazy like that. They're not that team anymore. And regardless of who comes back, whether it's Rasheed Rice or doesn't matter, they're just not that team. So
it was funny. I was watching the Eagles game in a bar. I was watching this one on the plane back home here to Florida, and it was just I was like, "Is this a Twilight Zone game? Like, what is happening?" Because this was just bizarre. Trevor Lawrence falling down was just like, what? How? Like G Money said, the fact that I was like, "There's gonna be a flag. There's gonna be something," but it was just a clean play, and that was that. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, but to set up that play, I will give him credit. He made a hell of a throw to, I think it was Brian Thomas Jr. on the sideline.
Yeah, it was.
That was just, oh man, but right in between the two defenders there, like that took a hell of a throw to fit that ball in there. But yeah, the Chiefs were just the reason they lost this game. Like, no, I don't think the Jaguars are title contenders. The Chiefs just straight up lost this game. They could not get out of their own way. The penalties were awful. I think they had 139 yards in penalties, while the Jags had like 30 to 40, something like that, like fairly low. Yeah, it was just like one step forward, two steps back for Kansas City, pretty much the entire game. And then even when they had the like 30-ish seconds to make something happen in all their timeouts, Hollywood Brown letting the catch hit him on his arm, didn't even see the ball. And like, if you look at it when it was in slow-mo, if he catches that ball, he's probably going straight down the middle, straight to the end zone, because the rest of the secondary was standing still and he was in motion, and he's probably the fastest player on the field. So it's not ridiculous to believe that he would have actually scored had he been paying attention or whatever. I have no idea how you let that happen. Like, your hand didn't touch the ball at all. Yeah, the Chiefs are weird. I don't want to say that they're done, but I also don't think that Rasheed Rice is the answer. Like, everyone is just like, oh, Rasheed Rice coming back. I'm like, he is not their Messiah. Like, it's not like Patrick Mahomes is missing this entire time. So yeah, I don't think that the Jags are that good.
Vegas doesn't even believe Jacksonville is contenders because Seattle is flying across the country and playing a 1:00 game, which notoriously is not good for West Coast teams to play a 1:00 game. They're only a 1-point favorite at home. A 4-1 team going up against a 3-2 team at home, 1:00 game. West Coast team has to travel to the East Coast. Jacksonville's favored by 1 point. So even Vegas isn't sold on Jacksonville being like that team.
Yeah, they're going to be interesting. I think it'll take a few more games for them to like really prove themselves, but yeah, we'll see.
I hope they don't this week.
Yeah, me too.
Very nice.
Okay, we are going to go to a halftime break here. When we come back, we've got a few comments to get to, not a bunch, and then Ride or Die in 5. We're gonna get back on the horse this week, boys. So don't even worry about it.
The horse is half dead.
We will be back in 10 minutes.
Let's put it.
The Texans are just falling apart at the seams. 32nd in the league at points per game. They're 23rd in yards per game. But their offense has got to get better. Their schedule the rest of the way is pretty tough because they was in the playoffs last year.
I think both Texas NFL teams' GMs gotta go. Both of them are the problem.
One is not going anywhere till he dies.
The 49ers should have just drafted Mac Jones. Yes, they ended up getting Brock Purdy anyway, and Purdy did get them to a Super Bowl, but it seems like what San Francisco is learning now, they're getting very similar, if not even better production out of Mac Jones. They ain't paying him all that money. He's looked great as a 49er, fits in perfectly in the Shanahan system, and I'm starting to wonder when Purdy is ready to come back. If Mac is still balling, are they gonna keep rolling with Mac? I doubt it, because they want to get their money's worth, and they literally just paid the man. But I'll tell you this, if Purdy comes back, he starts again, he's not looking too hot, I'm telling you, the Niners are gonna go back to Mac. He is reviving his career in San Francisco.
I think we need to start reshaping what great quarterback play is. Like this year so far, we've had one 400-yard passer. Last year, after week 4, there was 8. We're not getting the yards that we were getting out of quarterbacks the last few years. The running back is making a comeback. I think there's like 8 or 9 teams that have a fullback and running the I form again. You haven't seen that in so long. They're wanting to limit turnovers so much that the quarterback position is getting more precise and being more careful. The offenses are changing.
As we saw in that last quarter, you see Drew Petzing open up the playbook, especially throwing the ball a lot more because they've moved it better than they have the entire 3 games previous put together. I think that touchdown is going to give Marvin Harrison all the confidence in the world, but we need other guys around him and Trey McBride to make catches too. We got Michael Wilson, we got Weaver, we got Zay Jones if he comes back from the concussion, but we just need more guys. They know we're going to McBride every single time, or Harrison, and they're going to stack the box against any running back now because our top 2 are out.
Well, I just walked 2 miles of this damn stadium.
Can I get a Miller Lite, man? Miller.
Okay.
Thanks.
I like your shirt.
It's like $18.
Fuck. We're Road G. Season 21, 22. And LSU I apologize. Old drinks.
You're good. You're good. I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. The Bucs ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Technically, it's not in first.
Shooting back.
You're a wizard.
$1 more would have gotten you a highlight. They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sorry.
Sorry, sir.
There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, the Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn. Well, there goes our points.
There goes our points. Why are you so mad, man? He's so angry.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. Second half of your favorite show on the internet, After Further Review, episode 257. We've got June back in crystal clear quality. If you want that quality on a more consistent basis, check out his TikTok. It is linked down in the description below. Be sure to do that. And be sure to follow the show if you don't already at AFR Sports, also in the description below. Okay, let's take our second half shot before we get into some comments.
Smooth.
Your high quality H2O.
It's Skywalker.
Bobby Boucher over here.
All right. So getting into the community comments for this past week, I took a clip from Malin mentioning how the QB play is being reshaped, or elite QB play is being reshaped this season.
Oh, that means I got flamed on the internet.
There was only a few comments here, but I wouldn't say flamed. Rister, this is on Instagram. Instagram comments, that's a rarity. Rister33 says, meanwhile, Eagles OC giving the ball to his record-breaking running back 6 times an entire game.
Yeah.
I'm Zach Kirk says it's more so the new kickoff rule over the running back resurgence.
No, I don't see how that is.
I don't.
They're still
get
getting
that.
the ball at like the 25 to 30 some yard line. They were getting the ball on touchbacks at the 30, right? Are they getting it at 30?
Yeah,
20 for years.
Or yeah, it was 20 for a long time, but Trav Lee says shell coverage. And then on YouTube, I know there was one comment on YouTube. Davin says, no, that's not it. It's the kickoff rules. Another kickoff person.
What the hell? What the hell?
I mean, not the kickoff rules, and it's not shell coverage. Dumbass.
I feel like some people just find the need to just disagree just for the sake of disagreeing.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Excuse me. All right, let me go to TikTok for the next video. This was last Friday after the 49ers had won that game. I was basically just saying that the 49ers should have just drafted Mac Jones like they originally had intended to a few years ago. And Dom says Kyle 1000% wanted Mac instead of Trey in that draft. Hang It Up Art says you're acting as if they wouldn't have had to pay Mac Jones the same money if he was good, if he was as good. Benali says Mac at 3 would still be the wrong choice. The 49ers aren't where they are because they whiffed in first round pick. They're where they are with a super fragile roster because they traded 3 firsts to draft the 3rd best quarterback in the class. They have had no depth, and had they taken Mac at 3, they're exactly where they are right now, but worse because I don't think Mac has Purdy's effort ball playmaking. 49ers should have stayed at 12 and drafted Mac, and then they get Parsons or Chase or just one more blue chip player probably.
When did you draft Mac?
True.
I think it was like around 12, if not 12 exactly. Like in
So they
that
wouldn't have had to trade up to the top 3 to get him. They probably wouldn't have given up as much.
That's true.
I mean, they wouldn't have had to give up 3 first round picks to get there.
Right. Brobsty says, I still think Fields was the correct pick. Fields.
What are they talking about?
Maybe you mean Trey
Fields
Lance?
too.
Whatever. Diego says Purdy got them to a Super Bowl with Debo, Kittle, CMC, and Ayuk all playing at an elite level. Okay. Shanahan from Carlos. Shanahan always wanted Mac due to the fact that he was the most pro-ready quarterback in the 2021 draft, but Lynch and ownership wanted Lance. But we all know that most quarterbacks can look good under the Shanahan system.
Okay, but there is one big difference, though. Mac Jones is balling out with nobody, and Brock Purdy doesn't look the same when he doesn't have CMC, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. Like, everything had to be humming for Purdy to look great.
Yeah.
Matt Jones is just scraping together wins, throwing for 280, 300-something yards, a couple touchdowns with nobody. Born, all people.
Born identity.
Yeah.
Last few here. Beanie Boy says, no, literally in that top 20 from that draft, they should have drafted except Wilson, Jones, or Lance. Jacob says they would just be paying Mac what they're paying Purdy now if they drafted him.
They might have won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Might have.
DJ says,
I mean,
they gave all that money to Brock, so he's going to end up playing when he's healthy, no matter what. You see what happened in Cleveland. And
that doesn't play out right.
Last but not least, sarcastic for Turtle says the second mistake was giving that money to Purdy.
True.
I mean, I don't know how true that is. I mean, because Purdy fits the system well, and if you go back to that draft, if they didn't give up 3 draft picks to move up to take Trey Lance, right? They would have stuck at 12. They could have, and someone was right. They could have taken Michael Parsons at 12, though they didn't need to because they had a middle linebacker, Fred Warner. So there's no reason to do that, right? They could have taken Mac Jones at 12, or they could have traded down to take him. They could have taken Rashad Slater at left tackle.
But they needed a quarterback. They had Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's
they
why.
could have, but they still could have. I mean, they could have still stayed with him.
They wouldn't have had to give up that many picks for Mac Jones.
No, they would not have. No, they could have stayed right where they were at 12 and taken Mac Jones because New England didn't take him until pick 15. So he was there if that's what they wanted. And it's just strange that Kyle Shanahan would say that that's what he wanted, but that's not what management wanted because normally they're on the same page. So I don't know if that's a little revisionist history. Saying it now, I always wanted him because Trey Lance didn't work out. If Trey Lance had worked out, would they have said that? Would he have said, no, I always wanted to draft Mac Jones, but Trey Lance worked out well for us. I mean, you hear that from GMs and coaches all the time, and they say, when they get a player later on, a year, several years down the road, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, they'll say, I always wanted to draft him. Then why didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you?
That's just like
I think so.
To Josh Allen. Did you say
Yeah.
that? Did you say that?
I mean, I just think that's a little revisionist history where they look at it and they've got the person now and he's doing well in their system. I always wanted him. I mean, you hear that from John Snyder about Drew Lock. I always wanted Drew Lock. Like, yeah, you didn't draft him. You could have drafted him. And you and Pete Carroll were always on the same page. So, nah, maybe not. So no, I don't think in reality. I think they looked at Trey Lance and they thought with a dual threat quarterback, put him in the system, and they have so many more options. Unfortunately, Trey Lance was not ready for the NFL. He needed to stay at South Dakota State for at least another season. Definitely past the COVID season, get some game time.
Yeah.
But, anyway, revisionist history, that's what it is. And we all do it. We look back at things and say, we should have done this. We always wanted to do this. But that's not really accurate. They didn't really want to do that because they could have done that.
Yes. One of the first comments there was from Aaron. He says, hindsight is the insight of the lazy. Wise words, Aaron.
We don't need that type of shit on our podcast. We ain't all that.
We need more stupidity.
We don't need shit that deep.
Just wait for our picks. We will give you some stupidity, my friends.
All right. Good segue right into the Ride or Die in 5, where we give you betting picks to make this coming week in the NFL. So last week, let's see here. So we all went 2-3 last week, except our guest. Ironically, Frank went 3-2. He was the only person with a positive record. Myself, Malin, and Nestor all hit our locks. That was it. So yeah, that's where we are. G Money has a record of 13-12 this year. Malin and I 12-13. Nestor 9-16, and June 8-17. So listen, folks, you know what you're getting yourself into. I'm giving you all the numbers.
June, you're the only one negative all time, man. You do.
Shut up, clown.
Step it up.
Okay.
I feel like I'm right now, man. Nestor's only 30 behind me. This is bullshit.
Let's kick things off with tomorrow night's game between the Eagles and the Giants, where the Eagles are 7-point favorites on the road. G Money, let's start us off right here.
So, last week, I was looking where the money went. Sure as hell didn't go into my fucking wallet. That's for sure. I was also looking at the stats, see what the stats said. Stats lie. They lie very badly. So this week, I'm drinking. And so, I just look at them, I go, pretty uniform, like it. I'm, been drinking, look at Philly, go, yeah, I hate Philly fans. I'm really hoping that right before halftime, Saquon and AJ Barkley duke it out. I take odds on that. Even so, I have no clue who the starting quarterback for the Giants is. I don't even think the Giants know. Going to be Jackson Dart? Is it going to be Russell Wilson? Is it going to be our good friend Crab Claws Jameis Winston? Don't know. They don't know. They're not telling us. Why? Because none of them are any good. So I'm going to give those 7 points to the Giants, and I'm going to take Philly, even though I'm concerned about their defense, their pass defense. Though they did sign C.J. Gardner, and they traded with the Chargers. Well, they traded with someone for a DB because they needed it. Don't know who they traded with anymore because, once again, drinking. So, So take this for what it's worth. A drunken pick. Philly minus the 7.
You hit us with a U-turn there. I am also going to agree. I'm taking the Eagles to cover here. no idea. Like G Money said, no idea who's playing quarterback for the Giants this week. I mean, they may have to just bring somebody out the stands at this point. Yeah, I am picking them almost out of spite. It's like you should and need to win this game by 7 points, because if not, the rhetoric is going to continue, and in which case I'll be happy with. So if I'm wrong here, that's well, actually no, because they could win by like 6, and I'll be irate. All right, go ahead, June.
Yeah, it's a tough game to pick, and I've been going back and forth with it. Philly, the Giants, Philly Giants, and it's kind of like, I kind of look at it as a division game, but I cannot get over the situation with the Giants and not having a quarterback. And Jackson Dart, the way losing to the Saints, and that just the bunch of Keystone cops out there trying to play football. Was that the game where they fumbled the ball and somebody else fumbled it?
Yep.
And that's the
Yep.
game, right?
Yeah.
They look so stupid. They really just look stupid. And if Philly needs to get healthy, this is the week to get healthy. So I'll take Philly in the -7.
Malin.
First, I think that June is mad at you for putting him in a position to have to pick Philly.
I didn't make him do anything.
Yeah, that's kind of a bullshit thing. I will say that Jackson Dart threw 2 touchdowns, and they were up 14-0. And then somebody on our Discord chat put out there around that something along the lines of Jackson Dart looks either really good or the real deal. Somebody.
Oh my God! I
I
saw
wonder
that
who
too.
that could be.
Jalen, and then he proceeded to turn the ball over 3 times, look lost. Listen, we're talking about a Giants team that won't name a starting quarterback. So they said that Jackson Dart was going to be their QB for the rest of the year, right? And that Russell Wilson was going to back him up. That's what they both said. 2 games later, they're like, we don't know. Dable is like, I don't know. He's probably going to watch the cat on TikTok. He's going to call the guy up and say, put Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, and Jameis Winston on there. Let the cat choose who's going to start at quarterback. Listen, Philly needs to just run the damn ball. If they run the ball, they win the game. The Giants don't have Malik Neighbors anymore. So that's even another big miss that they have. Even Scatterboo fumbled the ball last week. That pissed me off. That lost me 2 points against Nestor, even though I still won by 10, but I could have won by 12. He was blaming the gloves out on the sideline, screaming at some trainer to get him new gloves. No, they need to run the ball, man. Because the Giants are giving up 140 yards a game running the ball. That's 26 in the league. They're top 10 defensively against the pass. So you just need to run the ball. Jalen Hurts is only throwing for 177 yards anyways, even when you're trying to force the ball to A.J. Brown. So just run the ball. Just let Barkley do what he does. Eat it out. If they just play efficient, they should win by 7. I mean, shit, the Giants lost to the Saints by 12. If Philly can't beat them by 7, fuck you. So I'm taking Philly in the -7, and I swear to God, if they don't cover the 7 points, if they win by 6, I'm with Nestor on the class action lawsuit against Vegas. This bullshit.
Nestor, bring us home here.
Yeah, that whole thing where it's a divisional game and it's on a Thursday just goes out the window when you don't know who the Giants quarterback is going to be and you don't have your best wide receiver. So in this case, give me Philly. Yep.
Jalen, I swear to God, if after halftime, or like let's say the start of the fourth quarter, Giants say fuck it and put Jameis Winston in, and he only plays a quarter,
Whole game
he's gonna throw for 2 touchdowns and cut into that thing because he won't have the chance to play long enough to fuck it up in the back end. He's only gonna play for 1 quarter, so he'll probably throw for 2 touchdowns, and Philly wins by like 3, and then I'm really.
Jameis Winston is our boogeyman. We do not want to see Jameis Winston tomorrow.
I do not want to see him in the
I
second
see
half.
him out there on Thursday.
If we're gonna see him, it needs to be for a full.
He needs to be starting.
Full quarters.
He's right. Bring him out at kickoff.
Jesus.
All right. Next game, we've got the Broncos and the Jets. This is another London game. The Broncos are 7.5-point favorites. I will go first here. Give me the Broncos to cover the 7.5 points. The Jets are a tire fire. They've got literally nothing going well for them. There's no side of the ball, nothing where you can be like, oh, well, maybe they... No. The Broncos are on the up. This seems... I mean... This in the last game kind of seemed a little Vegas trap like.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stick with my guns here. Just go with the obvious pick. If it's a trap, then it is what it is. Take me now. Go ahead, June.
Yeah, I like the Broncos in this. Justin Fields is god awful as a quarterback. And the Jets are pretty much the worst team in football. And they got a lot of soul searching to do. You are going to have a bunch of guys that's going to be auditioning for other teams, so they may play hard. We may see them trade some people by tomorrow and by Friday, but this team is god awful. And then they making them travel overseas. They don't want to be there. The Broncos are like, yeah, we're not getting trapped by this team. We're going at the. They're going to go after Justin Fields with every single thing they have in their might. Yeah, the Broncos probably by 2 touchdowns.
Malin.
You always pick these crazy ass games, man. Listen, if Denver can beat the Eagles by 3, if they can't beat the Jets by 7.5, 8 points, then fuck you, Sean Payton, you piece of shit. Listen, Denver has the best defense, or they got the 5th best defense, according to yards. They're only giving up 288 a game. They're the 2nd best defense with points allowed. They're only allowing 16.8 points a game, just shy of 17. The Jets are 19th in points. They're 20th in yards. It shouldn't be close. Shouldn't be. London does some weird shit. The Browns actually looked like an okay team last week, so that scares me with Dylan Gabriel. But I'm going to go ahead and take Denver with a -7.5, and I'm going to be nervous about it. And I'm probably going to drink too much on Saturday night and not watch this game and wake up and be angry. So, yeah, there we go.
Nestor.
Yeah, the Jets can't tackle. Their defense isn't good. Offense is trash. They fumble the ball. Give me the Broncos.
And G
I would
Money.
just like it to be known before G Money goes that I have not liked his facial expression at all during all of our picks. So if he picks the other team, I would like to change my bet.
Nope.
I've been watching it. I've been watching it the whole time. I've been watching it the
So
whole
yeah, so the crazy thing, right? So you look at distance traveled.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. You don't think it plays a part, but it definitely does play a part. And when you're flying over,
by traits, Gary, not stats and logic.
and I'm drinking.
Oh my goodness.
But Yeah.
We're mixing church and state here. But
I
go
only,
ahead.
I only know two quarterbacks on the Jets. I don't know who the third one is. You know, it's Justin Jefferson and Tyrod Taylor, right? And Justin Jefferson's stats aren't bad.
Justin
I mean, they're not bad.
Jefferson.
Field.
Just whatever.
One's a wide receiver for the Vikings.
He was
I
in
mean,
London last week.
I'm
They're close.
He was. But no, I mean his stats aren't truly bad. He hasn't thrown an interception, surprisingly enough. And my thought is if he ever goes to like the Niners as a backup and has to play, he'll be really, really good there. But he's not. He's with the Jets. The Jets haven't been good since the early 90s, mid 90s. I mean, they just haven't been super good for one reason or another. Mostly ownership. And I've bet on the Jets before because I look at their defense and I say, you know, they've got a solid defense, but their defense is not playing well this year. It's not playing anywhere close to where it should be playing, where it was playing last year. So having drank half a bottle of Jack Daniel's single malt, my bet is going to be on Sean Payton and Denver because I think Bo Nix, though not a great quarterback, is a good quarterback for what Denver needs, and their defense is playing well. And even though you look at the time difference, the distance traveled, if we were playing in Ireland, I might go with the Jets because green is their color, but we're in England and green is not their fucking color. Nobody likes the Jets in England. Everybody's wondering why they're fucking going there. So give me Denver. God, minus the 7.5. And I swear to God, Denver, if you cannot cover this, when I'm flying to Florida over Denver, I am making sure that the toilet in the airplane flushes right over your fucking stadium.
Goddamn right.
All right. So we are all 2 games in a row, all in agreement. Let's keep it pushing here, folks. All right, Sunday 4:30 game. The 49ers come to Hillsborough County. Bucks are 3-point favorites. June, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm picking Tampa in this game because it's kind of like them. They at home. And Matt Jones, I think he's still starting coming up this week. I didn't see anything was to change, but I think he's going to find a tougher time this week, having to fly across country and having to deal with the Tampa defense. I think Tampa's defense is going to come out early on this team. I don't like the fact that Irving isn't going to be there. Number one, he's my running back. And number two, I think he pretty much adds a lot of balance to that team. But I still like Tampa to pull this game out at home.
Malin.
This is another one of these games I just want to kick you in the nuts over. Simply because San Francisco still has all these injuries, except I think Kittle's coming back this week. Is he not? Is Kittle coming back?
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Probably doesn't make a difference because Mac Jones is balling without him. This is one of those games where San Francisco has been winning close games in spite of all their injuries, and Tampa Bay has been winning close games because Baker Mayfield is just crazy at the back end of the fourth quarter. Both teams are going to move the ball all over the place, I think, because they couldn't stop our offense. I'm not saying that the Niners' offense is better than our offense. I don't think it is, but I think Mac Jones, whether his pants are up or down, his pants were half down half the game against the Rams, kept having to pick himself off the ground. They don't really have much of a pressure Sam Darnold was unscathed for most of that game. In fact, I'm not sure he was sacked in that game. They hit him on that last game that ended up with the interception. So I do think that Mac Jones will be. I don't think he'll have to pick himself off the ground as much. I mean, like what it really comes down to me is that the Bucks are 7th in scoring in the league right now. They're scoring 27 points a game. The Niners are 22nd in the league in scoring. They're averaging 21.2. I think that Mac Jones might be the next Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold, where he ends up getting his career fixed and figured out his next destination. But Baker's the OG Baker right now. And he's balling. He's got Ibuka. Godwin was there. They got just enough running game to even keep us honest with our defense. I'm gonna go ahead and take Tampa Bay minus the 3 on this. And if Tampa fucks me on this, I'm gonna drive over to their stadium and take a shit right on the front step.
That is fair. Nestor. You were on mute.
Yeah, there's no way I can bet against Tampa at home. I guess a traveling Niners team that is start. So give me Tampa.
G Money.
Well, that's even a question that Mac Jones will start that game. The injuries that we gave him, and we seem to like to give a lot of players that play us injuries. We don't beat the team, so we give them a lot of fucking injuries so they can't continue to play. So there are questions about him playing. I look at everything and I'm like, man, 2 teams that have a whole lot of injuries and continue to win. The 49ers had offensive questions that for some reason kind of disappeared last game. Tampa has defensive questions that did not disappear last game. But Jack Daniels, good friend of mine, and he says go with Tampa. So, I'm going with Tampa.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, make that 3 consecutive games that we are all agreeing on. So,
all right.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the night game on Sunday between the Lions and the Chiefs. What some people are dubbing as the Chiefs season, the entire season, because there's one game apparently. The Chiefs are 2-point favorites at home. Malin, we are starting with you.
Right. I don't care. I'm not going to give it anything else. Shouldn't he? 2 points?
2 points. That's it, buddy.
Detroit.
Be thankful.
Not giving you anything else. Detroit.
Nestor.
I just have to go with the better team. And I know the opposite is going to happen because the NFL's a big show. Detroit. Give me Detroit.
G Money.
I'm changing my answer.
Yeah, maybe you should because Kansas City has to find someone other than Patrick Mahomes to be their leading fucking rusher. He's not Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Lamar Jackson, but he's leading your team in fucking rushing. What the fuck is going on? I mean, you've got running backs. Fucking, they're running backs. Use them as such, not as. Anyway, yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, I'm also going to agree here. 2 points on the road. Detroit has looked phenomenal these past few weeks, so nothing more needs to be said from me. June.
Detroit, baby. Taking them. That's it.
All right, now this is your last game, folks. This is your last opportunity to be different.
Damn it, man.
You know what makes me nervous is that was the quickest pick we've ever had on the Ride or Die in 5.
Yeah.
No one gave stats. I mean, G Money questioned why Patrick Mahomes is the leading rusher. That was the extent of our stats on this game. Let Kansas City come out and find out. That's going to piss me off.
Last game. This is one of the 2 Monday night games. Chicago at Washington. Washington 4-point favorites. Nestor, who do you like here?
This is actually a tougher one. Because Chicago is playing better, but they're still Chicago. You know what? Give me Jaden Daniels is back, right?
Yes,
sir. Yeah, he played last week.
Fuck.
I feel like I already know that G Money's going to go Washington with the emphatic yes that he just put out there. Take that as you will with the nugget I just gave you.
Yeah. I don't know. Give me I hate it, but give me the Commanders.
There he is.
Okay.
Wow.
There he is.
I've never seen Nestor so stressed. He's so stressed about that pick.
I'm gonna write it down now. I don't know, but I'm gonna write it down now. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. G Money, go ahead.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is back. What is there to say? Chicago's playing better. They're coming off of a bye. So you would think that with the coaching staff they now have, as opposed to last year, they would be playing better, and they probably will. But you know what? I still say Washington's going to beat them by like 5. So they're definitely going to cover the 4. So give me the Redskins, or no, I'm sorry, the Commanders minus the 4.
5 years behind. Also, give me Washington.
You know, we'll never die.
I will take Washington. June, go ahead.
I hate the fact that you're making me. It's 2 NFC East teams, buddy. Just to put it out there. 3.
3, yeah.
It's 3 of them. Jesus, come on, dog. Anyway, after that great game last year, and the Bears seem to be a little bit more improved. Now I like the way, and let me tell you something. I love the way that Washington just played that game against the Chargers, because I thought the Chargers was just going to dust them. I really did. I thought that, but the Chargers fell apart. I don't know if Caleb Williams can come in and beat this team yet. I don't know if he's there yet. I don't know if he's that guy yet. At home, if this was on Soldier Field, I would give him the benefit of doubt. But I think that because he's on the road, because Washington played so well last week, give me the Commanders minus the 4. And that was tough for me to do, because I tried everything in the world to pick against them. But if it was 5 or 6, I might have said, yeah, give me the Bears. But yeah.
Malin, bring us home.
These teams are similar. I'll give you that. They're similar. They're both starting second-year quarterbacks. Washington's offense is number 8th in the league in points. Chicago's 10th in the league in points, which surprised me when I saw that. Washington's defense is 24th. Chicago's is 27th. What that really comes down to me is that Washington is just a little bit better, and I trust Daniels more than I trust Williams. So I'm taking Washington minus the 4. If we go 0-5, I'm going to the chat on TikTok.
Jen's about to be like, I change everything.
We go to 0-5.
Oh God!
On TikTok for the rest of my fucking picks.
Mm. I'm going to chat GPT.
He's gonna let AI pick for him.
Yep.
I'm gonna be hanging out at the sports book, talking to that guy that, like me, totally shit faced and probably lost all his money betting, making crazy ass bets. But like, you know what? You look like you know something. What do you think?
Right.
Let's meet at that cat. All right. Well, our fate is sealed there. We're all on the same train. It's going right off the tracks into the bottom of a canyon. All right. Let's get our locks here. So, folks at home, if you're not familiar, this is where we all pick our own bet for the week. Could be one thing, could be a parlay. However you want to do this, it's up to you. But it's one thing you are certain of. You'll be making money this week. G Money, we will start with you.
I am totally certain, locked and cocked and ready to rock, that if you can find someone to take this bet, that by 8 p.m. on Saturday night, G Money will be drunk as shit. But you're not going to be able to find anybody to take that bet. So I'm going to go with the New England Patriots minus 3.5 at New Orleans.
Money, what have you done to us?
That's a good one, though. That is a good one.
For mine, did some consulting once again, and Bridget and I took another over, because why not? Over on the Seattle and Jacksonville game, which I think was 47.5. Yes, 47.5. 1 o'clock on Sunday. So that is my lock for this week.
That's disrespectful.
Sir.
Well, no, it's not. He took the over, so Seattle could win by like 7 or 8. And
no, he thinks that the Jaguars are going to put up like 28 points on him.
They could. We could put up 35 and win the game.
Yeah, 30. There we go.
I mean, you know.
Okay. Hey, okay. Who do you think is going to win the game, Jalen?
Seattle's not losing twice. Not at home. Not 2 times at home.
Well, we're not playing at home. But we
We're
play
playing
better
in Jacksonville. We do play better on the road.
We're what, like 9-0 on the road?
Yeah, we are.
We won our last 9 games on the road.
Yeah, we're rock solid on the road. Not so much at home.
June.
All right, I'm getting crazy this week. I'm doing a 3-team parlay on the money line. On the money line. Yeah, I'm so mad. On the money line. I'm taking the Chargers against the. I'm taking the Chargers against the Dolphins. I'm taking the Packers against the Bengals, and I'm taking the Pats against the Saints on the money line.
Damn, that's twice.
Okay, you guys really.
We are not good. We're not good enough on these locks to be doing parlays right now.
What was the second game in there?
The Packers over the Bengals. On the money line.
Over the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not bad. I mean, so
not bad.
A $50 bet will get you what on a 3-team money line parlay like that?
if you do a $50 bet, it's like I have to pull it up. I got to pull it up again. I just closed out of it, but
Okay.
it's like it's because it's on the money line. It's just straight up bet. So I mean, you're talking
Right. So
about
you probably
$28. You know what I mean?
Mm,
You get your 50 back plus like $27. That's what you're gonna get, pretty much.
right.
Yeah.
Malin, go ahead.
Okay. I am taking Detroit, Kansas City on the over of 52.5 points.
Mm.
Now, hear me out on this. Hear me
I
out
almost
on
took that. I almost took that.
this. Okay? We'll go ahead and scratch week 1 with Detroit because they were playing at Lambeau Field. They had just gotten Parsons, like all that bullshit, right? Week 2, they played Chicago and they won 52-21. 73 points were scored.
Mm-hmm.
Week 3, they played Baltimore 38-30. 68 points were scored.
Mm-hmm.
In week 4, it was 34-10 with Cleveland. Only 44 points were scored. But Cleveland's got a really good defense. But they got a shit offense. Okay. Week 5, Detroit wins 37-24 to Cincy. 61 points are scored. If Kansas City can't score, if Cincy can score 24 points on Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and Kansas City, if they have any shot of ever being anything as a team this year, they should be able to score that much points. I think that Detroit's going to score over 30 points. I'm banking on that Chiefs offense to give me 21 points. I don't even know that we'll need 21. Maybe we only need 18. But I'm going over on the 52.5 because 3 out of the last 4 games, the Detroit games, have been averaging well over 60, even going into 70. So I'm taking the over 52.5 on the Detroit KC game.
Okay. And Nestor.
I think at this point we've all included all of our teams in the locks, except one. So I think it's only fair. I'll take the Cowboys. Against the Panthers. Easy money, Jim.
I will say, you're taking the what is it, 3 points?
Yep, 3 points.
I was
That's awesome.
considering that game, but after consulting, we decided that's a trap, so we stayed far away from that one.
It's a trap.
But
it's a trap.
Here
They got
we
my
are.
Star Wars shirt on.
It's a trap.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is.
Let me just recap real quick to make sure that we got everything correct here. It should be pretty fast here because it's all the same. We're all taking the Eagles to cover 7 points against the Giants. We're all taking the Broncos to cover 7.5 points against the Jets. All taking the Bucks 3 points against the 49ers. All taking the Lions +2 against the Chiefs. All taking the Commanders to cover 4 points against the Bears. Our locks. G Money is taking my Patriots -3.5 on the road against the Saints. I'm taking the over in the Seattle and Jacksonville game, 47.5. June is taking the Chargers to beat Miami, the Bengals to beat Green Bay, and then my Patriots to beat the Saints.
Wait a minute. The Packers to beat the Bengals.
Other way around.
It's on the money line. It's a 3-team parlay. Don't be.
I love how old school June is with that pen right now, man. He just keep waving that blue ass pen around.
Okay.
Better be a lucky pen, man. Better be a lucky pen. We need it.
I wrote it down wrong. I just read it the opposite way. Okay. And then Malin over 52.5 points, Lions and Chiefs. Nestor Cowboys -3 against the Panthers. Okay.
Sounds good.
Those are our fates.
My lock is on Hard Rock, by the way. Not
Mine is
MGM.
mine is bet MGM.
Mine is
Yeah, I don't
So is
know.
mine.
0-5 and nobody hits their lock.
Doesn't matter where you fucking put the
Oh, God.
Howdy, man. I'll share that cat video with y'all, man. We could all.
Yeah, if we go on 5, I'll give
Let
me the
me-
cat. Give me the cat.
Oh my God, dude.
That
I'm
will do
so
it.
scared.
Not the year to bet money, people.
I mean, we are not going 0-5.
There
That
we
is
go.
not happening.
There we go.
No.
I got faith in the Broncos.
Well,
I don't.
okay. Well, folks,
I got faith in the Cowboys.
thank you all for watching. Next week we will be back with some more money in our pockets than we had this week, and we'll have some new guests on the show. We should have guests, I think, for the rest of the month here, if I remember correctly. So, all right, folks, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you all back here next week, and peace out.
Peace.
Peace.